In the vast reaches of space, where the celestial tapestry sprawls into infinite darkness, marked a turning point in human exploration. The warship Vanguard sliced through the void near the Orion Nebula, a swirling expanse of interstellar gas, dust, and secrets left by civilizations long past. Nebulae burned with vibrant hues of deep crimson and iridescent blues, contrasting with the relentless darkness that embraced the ship. This remote frontier, a blend of haunting beauty and imminent danger, set the perfect stage for an unprecedented adventure. Captain Elena Ramirez stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the shifting vista beyond the panoramic viewport. Every star, every flicker of light seemed to carry a hidden message, a mystery yet to be unraveled. At 42, her weathered face bore the marks of countless battles and hard-won victories, yet her eyes sparkled with a youthful intensity fueled by an unyielding quest for discovery. Her mind, always at work, pieced together data and predictions as the Vanguard advanced slowly toward an area that had long been considered a dead zone, a region where silence reigned and cosmic phenomena defied explanation. The ship's interior was a symphony of purpose and precision. Crew members moved with a calm urgency, their routine commands punctuated by the soft hum of advanced technology. Every console blinked with streams of interwoven data, a testament to humanity's mastery over machines, yet also a reminder of how little was truly known about the cosmos. Amid the controlled chaos, whispers of an impending enigma swirled through the corridors, a phenomenon that might challenge every precept of astrophysics known to humankind. Captain Ramirez's thoughts turned to her past, a mosaic of loss, duty, and the unyielding drive to push humanity's limits. Her early days in the academy were filled with dreams of charting the unknown, and every trial since had only deepened her commitment. Now, on the precipice of what might be the greatest scientific discovery of her career, her resolve was as steadfast as the stars themselves. She recalled the faces of her crew, the men and women who trusted her to lead them into the heart of uncertainty, and she felt the weight of that responsibility with every measured breath. Unbeknownst to her, far beyond the periphery of the Vanguard's sensors, shadows of dissent began to stir. The legendary Admiral Orion Blackwell, a once celebrated figure now cloaked in whispers of ambition and defiance, had set his sights on the same cosmic anomaly. His vision, twisted by a dangerous mix of brilliance and hubris, promised power beyond comprehension. While Ramirez's focus was the preservation of life and the pursuit of truth, Blackwell's clandestine plans simmered in the background, destined to ignite a conflict that could shatter the fragile balance of the galaxy. As the Vanguard inched closer to the uncharted zone, the nebula's colors deepened, and the hum of the ship's engines resonated with a foreboding cadence. In that delicate moment, where the familiar laws of physics blurred into myth, Captain Ramirez felt the pull of destiny, a subtle invitation to plunge into the heart of mystery. With every sensor reading, every whispered report from the crew, the realization grew. They were about to embark on a journey where the boundaries of science, fate, and humanity would be forever redefined. Thus, in the silent grandeur of space, where every star was a beacon of both hope and peril, the first chapter of an extraordinary odyssey began. The routine hum of the Vanguard's engines was shattered by an abrupt, bone-deep jolt that sent ripples of alarm through the crew. In the blink of an eye, the ship's steady glide transformed into a frantic, uncontrolled descent. Captain Ramirez's eyes widened as she watched the stars streak past, the very fabric of space twisting as if under the command of an unseen force. The once orderly dashboard now flashed warnings in urgent, pulsing red, echoing the growing dread that permeated every corner of the vessel. Without warning, the gravitational embrace of a colossal black hole, previously only theorized from afar, clutched the Vanguard. The black void loomed ahead like an insatiable beast, its dark maw drawing in everything within its reach. For a fleeting moment, time itself seemed to stutter. Instruments that had been precise and predictable now spun wildly, unable to comprehend the cosmic anomaly. Crew members scrambled to stabilize the ship, their voices a cacophony of commands and frantic updates, each one a desperate attempt to tame the chaos that had taken hold. On the bridge, Captain Ramirez's voice cut through the turmoil with steady resolve. "Status report. Now," she demanded, her tone both urgent and composed. Technicians worked feverishly at their consoles, their faces bathed in the cold light of emergency panels as they tried to map the unpredictable gravitational pull. The readings were surreal. What should have been an inexorable pull into oblivion instead presented a baffling irregularity, a series of inexplicable fluctuations that defied the laws of physics. As the ship hurtled deeper into the gravitational grip, the crew found themselves suspended in a liminal space between terror and wonder. Outside, the stars bent and swirled into arcs of blinding light, a cosmic ballet choreographed by forces far beyond human comprehension. The very structure of space-time seemed to ripple like a disturbed pond, warping reality in ways that threatened to unravel the known universe. Amid this chaos, whispers of the impossible began to echo in the minds of the crew, a notion that perhaps, against all expectations, there was a method to this madness. In the midst of the chaos, an eerie calm descended over the bridge as the ship reached the apex of the black hole's influence. For a heartbeat, silence reigned. Then, as if in response to some unspoken command, the Vanguard shuddered violently before an astonishing event unfolded. In a defiant act against the crushing pull of the black hole, the ship was ejected, flung out from the very jaws of darkness. The sudden burst of acceleration left the crew suspended between disbelief and exhilaration, as the unthinkable had occurred. They had escaped the grasp of a black hole. In that surreal moment, the crew exchanged bewildered glances. Every mind aboard the Vanguard was alive with questions, while Captain Ramirez's determined gaze cut through the confusion. Though the laws of physics had been momentarily upended, her voice carried a calm certainty that belied the uncertainty of their situation. "Steady as she goes," she murmured, more to herself than to anyone else, as if affirming a truth that lay hidden in the fabric of the cosmos. The cataclysmic event left behind a trail of unanswered mysteries. The black hole, once a symbol of inexorable doom, had paradoxically become the harbinger of a new frontier of possibilities. As the Vanguard drifted away from the cosmic Leviathan, the ship's sensors buzzed with data that defied conventional wisdom. The crew braced themselves, caught between the wonder of their miraculous escape and the dawning realization that the universe was far more enigmatic and perilous than they had ever imagined. Thus, amid the swirling chaos of a gravitational paradox, the journey took a dramatic turn. The unthinkable pull had not only reshaped the destiny of the Vanguard, but also ignited a spark of hope and dread in equal measure, a spark that would light the path toward revelations yet to come. In the aftermath of the miraculous escape, the Vanguard settled into an uneasy calm, its corridors echoing with the residual tremors of the near catastrophe. As the ship resumed its steady course through the star-strewn void, Captain Elena Ramirez retreated to her private quarters, a modest sanctuary decorated with relics of past missions and personal mementos. Here, in the solitude of dim, ambient light, the captain allowed herself a moment of introspection, where the present intermingled with memories of bygone days. The silence was profound, interrupted only by the low hum of the ship's engines and the soft murmur of distant conversations. The crew, though still abuzz with the adrenaline of their narrow escape, had begun to whisper of more than just the strange phenomena of the black hole. Their discussions hinted at a deeper, collective yearning, a shared reckoning with the weight of their histories. And as Ramirez sat amidst this introspective quiet, the ghosts of her own past began to stir. She remembered the early days of her career, when the cosmos had appeared as a realm of infinite wonder and possibility. As a young cadet, she had eagerly absorbed every lesson, every theory of space and time, her eyes alight with dreams of discovery. But those dreams had come at a heavy cost. The painful memory of a lost crew member, someone whose bright future had been extinguished in the cruel uncertainty of space, remained etched in her mind. That loss had forged her resolve, molding her into the leader she had become, tempered by grief, yet propelled by a fierce determination to ensure no life was sacrificed in vain. Across the ship, conversations unfolded in the flickering glow of control panels. In the mess hall, Engineers recounted tales of past missions with a blend of humor and sorrow, their banter laced with the bittersweet recognition that every journey through the stars carried risks that transcended logic. In these exchanges, Ramirez could sense the collective imprint of loss and hope, a mosaic of personal triumphs shadowed by failures, and victories tinged with regret. Back on the bridge, the tension of the escape had not entirely dissipated. Officers exchanged wary glances as they recalibrated instruments, each keystroke a reminder of the tenuous line between order and chaos. The ship's log, meticulously maintained and often read aloud in the quiet hours of night, began to fill with entries that bore the weight of each crew member's experiences, confessions of fear, whispered promises of resilience, and silent dedications to those they had left behind. Amid these reflections, Captain Ramirez convened a meeting in the strategy room, a dimly lit chamber where holographic maps of the Orion Nebula danced slowly before them. With a measured tone that belied the turbulence of her inner thoughts, she recounted the events that had unfolded. Her voice, steady and commanding, brought forth a mixture of scientific curiosity and personal vulnerability as she detailed the inexplicable behavior of the black hole. Yet, beneath her professional facade lay a torrent of private recollections, moments of personal failure, of decisions made in the crucible of pressure that had haunted her for years. One young officer, his voice soft yet laden with determination, asked, "Captain, do you ever wonder if our past has led us to this very moment?" His question, simple in its formulation, resonated through the room. For a brief moment, the strategic maps and cosmic data faded into the background, replaced by the raw, unfiltered truth that each of them carried, a mosaic of dreams, losses, and hard-won lessons. In that vulnerable silence, the shadows of the past became tangible. They were not merely memories of what had been lost, but also the wellspring from which the crew drew their strength. Every scar, every regret, interwove with the present, infusing the Vanguard's mission with a renewed sense of purpose. Captain Ramirez, her eyes glistening with both resolve and melancholy, vowed silently to honor those lost by steering her crew toward a future where the mysteries of the cosmos would no longer claim lives in vain. Thus, as the ship sailed onward through the dark tapestry of space, the past was never far behind. It was a silent partner in every decision, a reminder that while the stars beckoned with infinite promise, they also held within them the shadows of old sorrows and lessons etched in the annals of time. The corridors of the Vanguard hummed with a renewed sense of urgency as Captain Ramirez mobilized her top scientific minds into the heart of the ship's research bay. This vast chamber, awash in the soft glow of holographic data streams and illuminated by the pulsing light of quantum displays, had become the nerve center for unraveling the mystery of the black hole anomaly. At the center of the bay, a circular table was encircled by experts in astrophysics, quantum mechanics, and exotic energy fields. Amid the clutter of digital schematics and cascading data points, the team focused intently on deciphering the baffling fluctuations recorded during the ship's unexpected ejection. Overhead, a three-dimensional projection of the Orion Nebula spun slowly, its vibrant hues now punctuated by irregular bursts of spectral energy near the black hole's silhouette. Dr. Arjun Mehta, a soft-spoken but brilliant astrophysicist, led the discussion. His voice, calm and methodical, broke the ambient silence as he pointed to a series of erratic readings. These data patterns, he explained, suggest that the black hole is not a static void, but rather a dynamic structure, almost as if it is breathing. Its fluctuations could indicate a window into another dimension or a resonance phenomenon that defies our current understanding of gravitational physics. As the team delved deeper into analysis, intricate models began to emerge on the holo display. Equations, once confined to theoretical texts, now danced in tandem with live sensor feeds. The possibilities seemed as boundless as space itself. Perhaps the anomaly was a form of natural energy amplification, or even an intentional construct of the cosmos that allowed selective passage, an enigma that had granted them their miraculous escape. In a nearby alcove, Captain Ramirez reviewed the findings, her eyes narrowing with both apprehension and hope. She recalled the cautious optimism of her crew during the escape, And now, in this sanctum of scientific inquiry, the enigma took on a life of its own. Her mind raced with questions. Was this phenomenon a mere quirk of astrophysical chance, or a deliberate, albeit unfathomable, gateway designed by the universe itself? Every answer uncovered only deepened the mystery, inviting further exploration into the unknown. Throughout the research bay, dialogues sparked like supernovae. Dr. Mei-Ling Chun, a quantum theorist with an insatiable curiosity, challenged conventional interpretations. If we consider the black hole as a nexus, a point where space-time converges into a singular, malleable fabric, then its erratic behavior might be our only clue to harnessing new forms of energy, she posited. Her suggestion sparked a flurry of hypotheses. Some speculated on harnessing its power for propulsion, while others debated its potential as a portal to alternate realities. Simultaneously, encrypted communications from deeper within the ship hinted at external interferences. Coded messages filtered through the ship's secure channels, implying that unseen forces might be monitoring their every move. The possibility that Admiral Blackwell's operatives were already probing the anomaly for nefarious ends added an edge of urgency to the research. Every breakthrough was measured against the clock, as the balance between scientific curiosity and strategic defense grew ever more precarious. The atmosphere in the bay was charged with an almost tangible electricity, a convergence of discovery and danger. Every new piece of data was meticulously scrutinized, debated, and cataloged. The team's collective intellect turned the once mysterious readings into a mosaic of interlocking theories. Equations etched into digital space and simulations rendered with breathtaking precision offered glimpses into an order that lay beneath the chaos of the gravitational waves. As hours turned into days, the process of decoding the enigma became both a mission and a meditation. In these moments of intense scientific pursuit, the boundaries of conventional knowledge began to dissolve. The Vanguard's research bay transformed into a microcosm of human ingenuity, a place where fear of the unknown was met with relentless determination to understand it. Captain Ramirez, standing amidst the projections and fervent debates, felt a surge of hope tempered by the weight of responsibility. She recognized that each new revelation could propel humanity into a new era of discovery, yet also carried the risk of unleashing forces that might forever alter the cosmos. With her crew united in purpose and resolve, the quest to decode the enigma of the black hole had become the pulse of the Vanguard, setting them on a collision course with destiny itself. Tension on the Vanguard escalated as the scientific inquiry into the black hole's anomaly was shadowed by a growing threat from beyond. In the ship's command center, strategic maps and star charts glowed in intricate detail, marking the cosmic theater where fate and ambition were poised to collide. Captain Ramirez, her face set in a determined line, stood before her senior officers as she outlined the emerging dangers, not merely from the unpredictable forces of the universe, but from a man whose name was synonymous with defiance, Admiral Orion Blackwell. The room fell into a weighted silence as Ramirez detailed the latest intelligence. Our sensors confirm unusual activity near the anomaly, and it's not just natural forces at work, she stated, her voice both calm and resolute. There are deliberate interferences, tactical maneuvers, subroutines embedded in our communications that suggest Admiral Blackwell is orchestrating his own strategy from the shadows. Her words rippled through the crew, igniting a mixture of fear, resolve, and silent defiance. Across the vast cosmos, far from the comforting confines of the Vanguard, Admiral Blackwell was crafting a plan steeped in ambition and peril. Once celebrated as a hero of the Galactic Fleet, Blackwell had become a figure whose methods were as ruthless as his aspirations were grand. His vision was to seize control of the black hole's chaotic energy, harnessing it to reshape the very fabric of interstellar power. To him, the cosmos was not a frontier to be explored, it was a weapon to be wielded. His calculated moves, now unfolding like a game of cosmic chess, were designed to challenge everything Captain Ramirez and her crew stood for. Back on board, heated debates surged among the officers and scientists in the strategy room. Dr. Mei-Ling Chun, her eyes alight with fervor, argued, if Blackwell succeeds, he could upend the natural order of the galaxy. It isn't just about power, it's about morality and the sanctity of scientific discovery. We must not allow his obsession to dictate our future. Her words, both a rallying cry and a stark warning, resonated deeply with everyone present. In hushed corridors and private quarters, conversations grew more impassioned. Crew members recalled previous encounters with Blackwell's operatives, shadowy figures whose loyalty was as uncertain as the flickering signals from the anomaly. Every discussion, every whispered concern underscored the urgent need to delineate the boundaries of their own mission. They were caught between the promise of unprecedented discovery and the threat of a rogue force bent on subverting the natural laws of the universe. As dusk settled over the command deck, a metaphorical dusk in the vacuum of space, the lines between science and strategy, hope and ambition began to blur. Captain Ramirez convened a special session, inviting both her trusted commanders and the lead scientists to chart a course that would not only decode the mystery of the black hole, but also neutralize the threat posed by Blackwell. The holographic displays shimmered with tactical grids and streaming data as they mapped out potential maneuvers, each calculation laden with the risk of cosmic and human error. A pivotal moment came during a heated exchange between Ramirez and one of her lieutenants. "Captain," the lieutenant's voice trembled with restrained intensity. "If we ignore Blackwell's advances, we're inviting disaster. The anomaly is unstable. Every second we delay, we edge closer to a tipping point." Ramirez's eyes, however, shone with a mix of determination and careful resolve. "We are not reacting in fear," she countered softly. "We are drawing our own lines in the stars, lines that define our commitment to discovery, to truth, and to protecting the delicate balance of our galaxy." In that charged moment, it was clear that the Vanguard was no longer merely an exploration vessel. It had become a bulwark against tyranny, a guardian of cosmic order. With every plan they devised and every strategy they honed, the crew reinforced the unspoken truth that the battle ahead was not just about control of a mysterious cosmic force, but about the soul of humanity itself. The silent war between two titanic visions, the cautious, ethically anchored pursuit of knowledge led by Ramirez, and the ruthless, power-driven ambition of Blackwell, had drawn an irrevocable line in the infinite darkness of space. Thus, as stars burned in distant constellations and the anomaly pulsed with untamed energy, the stage was set for an inevitable confrontation. Lines were drawn, both on the star maps and in the hearts of those who dared to dream, marking a turning point where destiny, ambition, and the raw power of the cosmos would collide in an epic struggle for the future of human exploration. In the cold silence of deep space, a revelation began to stir in the depths of the Vanguard's research bay. As data cascaded through holographic displays, Dr. Arjun Mehta's measured voice broke the ambient hum of analysis. "I believe we are witnessing more than a simple gravitational anomaly," he declared, his tone a mixture of wonder and trepidation. The readings had evolved beyond mere fluctuations. Now they hinted at a complex interplay between space-time dimensions. The black hole, once seen as a voracious end, was unveiling the contours of an enigmatic gateway. For days, the research team had toiled, parsing every byte of data, and tonight, the breakthrough came like the first rays of a cosmic dawn. Dr. Mei-Ling Chun, whose mind danced along the edges of quantum theory, pointed at a series of transdimensional markers that appeared to pulse in synchrony with the black hole's irregular heartbeat. "These markers," she explained, "suggest that the anomaly is not a random occurrence. It might be a structured portal, a controlled rupture in the fabric of our universe that connects to alternate dimensions." Her words hung in the air, igniting a fire of both scientific excitement and existential dread. Captain Ramirez, standing at the periphery of the research bay, absorbed the implications with a mix of cautious optimism and heavy responsibility. The notion of a gateway was intoxicating. It promised access to realms of untold energy, possibilities for advanced propulsion, and perhaps even contact with other forms of existence. Yet, with such promise came an equally daunting peril. To harness a gateway was to risk tearing asunder the delicate balance of physics, a risk that could precipitate chaos on a galactic scale. As the team debated the nature of the phenomenon, encrypted transmissions began to ripple through the ship's secure channels. Blackwell's operatives had detected similar signatures, and their intent was unmistakable. The rogue admiral was no longer content with passive observation. He sought to manipulate the gateway's latent energies to create a weapon of unimaginable power. In a hushed conference that fused urgency with foreboding, Captain Ramirez and her senior officers mapped out their next steps. Every strategy was weighed against the possibility of inadvertently triggering an interdimensional cascade, an outcome that could unravel reality itself. Amid the fervor of technical discussions, the Vanguard sensors captured a mesmerizing sequence, streams of light and matter, cascading in patterns that defied conventional logic. It was as if the black hole were breathing, each exhalation revealing glimpses of an alternate cosmos, a realm where the known laws of nature bent, twisted, and reformed in vibrant, surreal geometries. The crew's awe was palpable. For a fleeting moment, scientific inquiry merged with the timeless allure of myth. The gateway, it seemed, was alive, an ancient sentinel at the edge of human understanding. Within the dim glow of the research bay, the mood shifted from analytical rigor to existential reflection. The revelation sparked a spectrum of emotions among the crew. For some, it was a chance to rewrite the textbooks of physics and unlock the secrets of the universe. For others, it was a stark reminder of humanity's insignificance against the vast, unknowable cosmos. Captain Ramirez felt this duality deeply, a blend of hope and caution that had defined her every decision since she first donned the mantle of command. As the meeting drew to a close, the captain addressed her assembled officers and scientists. "We stand at the threshold of a discovery that could redefine our very existence," she intoned, her voice resonating with both resolve and humility. "But we must proceed with the utmost care. The gateway is not merely a doorway to power. It is a mirror reflecting the potential and the peril of our reach. Our mission is not to conquer, but to understand. We must safeguard this discovery from those who would wield it as a weapon." In that charged moment, the Vanguard's crew committed themselves to a cautious exploration of the gateway's mysteries. The anomaly, once an ominous force of nature, was now a beacon of infinite possibility, a portal whose secrets beckoned from the far reaches of space and time. As the ship sailed deeper into the unknown, each crew member felt the weight of history and the promise of discovery, aware that every choice made in the coming days could alter the destiny of humanity and the cosmic order itself. The dark, swirling energies of the black hole loomed as both a literal and metaphorical battleground, its event horizon pulsing with unpredictable power. The Vanguard found itself at the very edge of this cosmic maelstrom, where the fabric of reality wavered and the rules of physics were rendered malleable. In this precarious frontier, the tension that had been building for days reached a fevered pitch, a convergence of ambition, duty, and desperate hope. On the bridge, the atmosphere was electric. Captain Ramirez's gaze was fixed on the holographic star map, where strategic indicators flashed red near the anomaly. Suddenly, alarm klaxons pierced the silence, and the crew braced for impact. Enemy vessels emerged from the inky void like specters, their sleek silhouettes outlined against the chaotic glow of the black hole. It was Admiral Blackwell's fleet, grim, determined, and armed with technology honed for one purpose: to wrest control of the mysterious gateway. "All hands, battle stations." Ramirez's voice, calm yet laced with steely resolve, cut through the clamor of urgency. Her command was met with an orchestrated flurry of activity. Officers manned their consoles, weapon systems were activated, and the Vanguard shields pulsed as if anticipating a tempest. Outside, the star-strewn backdrop morphed into a dizzying kaleidoscope of light, each shifting hue reflecting the ferocity of the impending conflict. As the first salvo of energy beams sliced through the darkness, the ship rocked under the strain. Dr. Mehta's voice crackled over the comlink. "Captain, the gravitational distortions are amplifying the energy discharge. Our sensors can barely keep up with the fluctuations." The bridge crew worked furiously to recalibrate systems, balancing between the demands of combat and the necessity to preserve the delicate equilibrium of space-time near the event horizon. In the midst of this chaos, The communications console lit up with a chilling transmission. Admiral Blackwell himself, his voice imbued with cold confidence. "Captain Ramirez," he intoned, each syllable measured and resolute. "You have defied the natural order by escaping that black hole. Now, join us, and together we will command the very forces of the cosmos. Refuse, and you will witness the true wrath of an empire unbound by morality." His words were a gauntlet thrown in the void, a challenge that resonated deeply with Ramirez's unspoken vow to protect the cosmos from exploitation. On the bridge, the captain's eyes narrowed as she responded, her voice steady. "This isn't about power, Blackwell. It's about responsibility. The gateway is a phenomenon that must be understood, not harnessed as a weapon." With that declaration, the tension morphed into a full-scale clash, a battle not only for control over the cosmic anomaly, but for the very soul of humanity. Outside, the conflict escalated into a dazzling yet deadly ballet. The Vanguard and Blackwell's fleet engaged in a furious exchange of energy blasts and evasive maneuvers. The ship's hull shimmered under the assault, each impact sending shockwaves that resonated through its metal bones. In the void, the black hole's gravitational grip intermittently distorted trajectories, making each movement a precarious dance on the edge of oblivion. Inside the command center, tactical officers plotted countermeasures against enemy tactics that exploited the anomaly's chaotic energy. The interplay of technology and raw cosmic power created surreal moments where time itself seemed to hesitate, each second stretching into an eternity of peril and possibility. Amid the cacophony of battle commands, Ramirez's mind was laser-focused on protecting her crew and safeguarding the discovery they had so painstakingly unraveled. In a daring maneuver, the Vanguard executed a calculated risk. Ramirez ordered a close approach to the black hole's event horizon, using its gravitational pull to slingshot the ship into a better position. "Hold tight, everyone," she commanded, her voice barely audible over the roar of energy discharges. The maneuver worked, a graceful arc of metal and determination that shifted the balance of the skirmish. But the victory was bittersweet. Each moment spent near the event horizon was a flirtation with annihilation. In the midst of this cosmic tempest, individual acts of valor shone through. A young pilot, her hands trembling yet resolute, launched a series of precision torpedoes that disrupted an enemy vessel's shielding. A seasoned engineer, deep in the engine room, recalibrated power flows to reinforce the Vanguard's defiant shields against the gravitational onslaught. Each act was a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a collective refusal to be subdued by forces both external and internal. As the battle raged on, the dialogue between Ramirez and Blackwell continued to echo through the static of interstellar warfare. Their verbal sparring was a duel of ideals as much as of wills. Blackwell's ambition, once a beacon of human achievement, now revealed itself as a specter of unchecked hubris. In contrast, Ramirez's measured words, steeped in the weight of responsibility and tempered by experience, reaffirmed her commitment to a future where discovery did not come at the expense of humanity's ethical core. The climax of the confrontation arrived in a crescendo of light and force. With one final, decisive barrage, the Vanguard managed to disable a critical support vessel in Blackwell's fleet, fracturing the enemy formation. In that fleeting moment of stillness, amid the swirling chaos of gravitational waves and cosmic fire, Captain Ramirez and her crew stood united, a defiant front against the tide of ambition and destruction. As the echoes of battle reverberated through the void, the Vanguard held its position at the precipice of the black hole, a solitary bastion of hope and resilience. The confrontation had not only exposed the raw, untamed power of the cosmos, but had also laid bare the divergent paths of two leaders, one willing to risk everything for control, and the other steadfast in the belief that some mysteries must remain free for the benefit of all. In the hushed aftermath of the cosmic battle, the Vanguard drifted away from the chaotic remnants of conflict like a wounded phoenix in the silent void. The tumult of energy blasts and the echoing fury of clashing ideologies had given way to a tentative calm, a lull punctuated by the soft beeps of recalibrating instruments and the measured breaths of a crew that had stared down the very edge of oblivion. Captain Ramirez, still bearing the scars of their narrow escape, surveyed the bridge with a reflective gaze, a mix of relief, resolve, and the unspoken recognition that their journey was only just beginning. The immediate danger had passed, but the weight of what had transpired lingered in every quiet corner of the ship. The black hole's event horizon, now a brooding sentinel in the background, pulsed with a mysterious rhythm that hinted at secrets yet to be unraveled. Data streams flowed continuously, painting an ever-evolving picture of the anomaly, a gateway not to be exploited, but to be understood, a threshold between the known and the unknown. The Vanguard's research teams worked feverishly, piecing together fragments of cosmic truth from the turbulent encounter, each discovery a spark illuminating the vast, dark tapestry of the universe. In the command center, the atmosphere was one of somber celebration. The successful defense against Admiral Blackwell's forces had averted immediate catastrophe, but it also served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and ethics in the face of cosmic power. Crew members exchanged weary smiles and resolute nods, a collective acknowledgement of their shared journey, their sacrifices, and the unyielding spirit that had carried them through the storm. Among them, whispers of future missions, of voyages that would push the boundaries of human exploration even further, filled the air with an almost tangible excitement. Captain Ramirez convened a final debriefing in the softly lit strategy room, where holographic maps of the Orion Nebula shimmered against the backdrop of distant galaxies. Her voice, steady and imbued with both gratitude and cautious optimism, addressed her assembled officers and scientists. Today, we have not only defended our values and our lives, but we have also opened a window to the cosmos, a glimpse of a universe that is far more complex, beautiful, and unpredictable than we ever imagined. Her words resonated deeply, affirming the mission they had embarked upon, to explore, to understand, and to protect the delicate tapestry of existence. As the meeting drew to a close, the crew dispersed to their stations with renewed purpose. The Vanguard slowly adjusted its course, setting a trajectory that veered away from the immediate perils of the black hole, yet remained tethered to its enigmatic allure. In the quiet solitude of her private quarters later that evening, Captain Ramirez allowed herself a moment of introspection. She gazed out at the cosmic panorama, a vast sea of stars punctuating the endless dark, and contemplated the profound implications of their ordeal. The universe had whispered its secrets to them in the language of danger and wonder, and now it beckoned them toward new frontiers. Every scar, every sleepless night, and every act of bravery had converged to create a moment of transformative clarity. Humanity, with all its frailties and aspirations, had once again danced on the edge of the unknown, emerging not unscathed, but infinitely wiser and more determined. The revelations of the black hole, its potential as a gateway to alternate dimensions and a repository of cosmic energy, offered both promise and peril. And yet, in that duality lay the true essence of exploration, the relentless pursuit of knowledge tempered by the wisdom to respect the forces that shape our reality. In the distance, the pulsating glow of the anomaly served as a constant reminder of the universe's boundless mysteries. With the Vanguard at the helm, Captain Ramirez and her crew set forth into the deep, charting a course toward discovery, armed with the lessons of the past and the hope of a brighter, more enlightened future. As they sailed into the star-studded unknown, the cosmos whispered of untold adventures and the infinite promise of new horizons.